It was the worst day of their life. They'd met this charismatic leader who had convinced them that he was going to change the world and that they were going to be a part of that movement. After 3 years, they were starting to believe it. But that was yesterday. In one day, they had gone from celebration to utter disbelief, and now the dream had died along with him. Now they were locked in a rented room, trying to avoid the same death he had suffered, and they were scared to death. A couple of women had gone out to finish his burial, since women were safe from the retribution that his male followers were facing. Just then, they came bursting in, chattering at the top of their lungs. It was a crazy story. It made no sense. They made no sense. They were bouncing from one thing to the next and then back again, blurting out disjointed thoughts and memories. Peter and John rushed to check out the story. Sure enough, his body was gone, all right. But that didn't answer any questions. Thinking back on the event, none of it made any sense. Then suddenly, Jesus was there. The doors were locked, but it was him. Not the pre-crucifixion him. He stood there with all of the wounds of the crucifixion, but it was him. He was telling them to relax. Everything was going to be okay. This had always been the plan. Some had already gone back home, but Jesus had met them on their way. Nothing made sense. They had all failed him, yet here he was, calming and reassuring them. The next 40 days were just as unbelievable. Many people said they had also seen Jesus. He was different, yet the same. This is the crazy, unbelievable story that we celebrate today. He is risen. It flies in the face of all logical thought, yet the heart can sense it. The heart can believe it. There is something in us that tells us that it is true. Something battling our intellect, our logic, our reason. There will never be proof of his resurrection because salvation is by faith. So we are asked to form a relationship with someone we cannot touch or see, we cannot prove. For those of us who have taken that leap of faith, we know that he has changed and enriched our lives. But we cannot prove it. For us, it is a mystery that we cannot prove. A mystery that we have found is more valuable than life itself. This is the challenge that is recorded in Luke's gospel. A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Now Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed." Here's the message for us. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. Have a blessed Easter. Understand He is risen. He is changing lives. He has changed mine, and He still does. Go in His grace. Bye-bye.